Alright, hello everybody. So, I'm going to show you how I went from getting 180,000 to 460,000 almost. And there was a lot of trouble that I had getting to this number, but I'll explain why and how I fixed it. So if we come here, we can see my history graph. This is my successful run. So, I made sure to get plenty of Alley Cat and Munch early on because you don't start with any Munch. So I bought a ton of each of those and didn't worry about Edgar or Taj Mahal. So I just, keeping that in mind, kept buying and buying and buying Alley Cat so I wouldn't run out of it during its best selling months. I did run out of Edgar. It's an oversight on my part, but it wasn't that big of a hit because Edgar is one of the things that you have the least profit margin on, so it wasn't that big of a loss to me. One thing that you want to try to do is keep as much inventory as possible. Edgar's the one you can let slip, kind of, but even then, you don't want to do that. So I did run out of Alley Cat down here, but not for very long. Came up here, stopped ordering Alley Cat altogether in October, so that I could just slowly run out of inventory and just make profit on that. I did put a little bit too much in Edgar and Taj Mahal, just because I was not quite paying enough attention to that. So this is money lost, but it's not a lot of money lost, and I'd rather have this in stock, more stock than I need, and make money off of it than run out potentially and just be losing money. Always have inventory. So, that's my first tip. Second tip, price changing. When I was doing all the price changing stuff, I was barely keeping my head above water for about 90% of the time, and the last 10% always killed me. So, I would make the prices way too high, and then nothing would sell, so that I could get inventory. But when nothing's selling, you're not making money. So it doesn't matter if you have that inventory. You need to have your prices at a good base level, but you can't have them too cheap either. So these were the prices that I ended up having for the entire run. I switched some things around. I changed the price of Munch quite a bit, increased that, but stick with these prices and just keep these prices the same. I got everyone and their brother telling me that I needed to change Alley Cat's price during the summer months because you'll be selling more, make the price higher. But every time I did that, I ended up with way too much Alley Cat at the end. So I just kept this price the entire time through, did not touch it, and made almost 460,000. I did not do a single marketing campaign either because every time I tried, I wasn't getting enough sales from it, from how much I put in, and I couldn't get it to work for me. So I didn't worry about that at all. So I created production orders every week, every 7 days. I put in 5 production orders, and you can only put in 4. You can only put in 4 normally. But if you come to, where is it? Where are you? Make investment. So if you go to the Make Investment tab, when you start the sim, you'll see a 50 grand investment for a new brewery, and you want to make that as early as possible. That's day 1. Make that investment, and then you can end up putting in production orders for 5 things in a couple months as opposed to 4 things, which means you're getting a lot more inventory that you can then sell and not have to worry about running out of. This is the spreadsheet for all of the orders that I made. You can see I ordered a lot of stuff early on, like I was saying with the Alley Cat and the Munch especially. You can see that there. And every 7 days, put in a new order. Yeah, what else? A great way to check where your production order is so you know you've got 7 days left is this little sheet right here, your queue status. So if you did it right, you'll have 5 orders that have about 7 days left until they arrive. And when you see that, you put in 5 more orders that will then have 14 days. And then you wait until those 14 days become 7 days. The cycle repeats itself. You always want to be buying something that you're running out of or that you don't have as much of. And especially Alley Cat in those early months before that summer rush hits. You want to make sure you got plenty of that stuff. So, as you can see, I've already went over this page, but it does sell quite a bit in the summer, so you want to make sure you got that going. And Edgar sells a little bit more, just a little bit more though, in the winter, so you don't have to worry about that one as much. Taj is your most consistent seller. I mean, you can see here just by looking at this line, it is easy to keep above the 2,000 mark if you're careful about it. You won't run out of this, and you don't want to run out of Taj. Taj is probably your most consistent one. This is your biggest moneymaker right here, most consistent. And the Munch is also fairly consistent. Like I said, kind of ran away from me here, but it's another good thing to have. So that is how I did what I did. I wish everyone the best of luck. This was a huge pain for me, but got it down in the end, and I'm happy with the results. So good luck.